I hate, hey there, folks. It's the E-Man here. I hope you guys are having a good July 4th. Having some fireworks. I just got back from my brother's house, which he lives right next door. So we have some hamburgers, and he made some really great chicken with great seasoning on it. So it tastes pretty good. So yeah, and some potato salad that my mother made. And wow, yeah, it's not bad. It's been really hot. Yeah, it's like here in Maine, I guess it's still going to be hot. It was 90 something today. I think it's going to be 90 something tomorrow as well. So, yeah, I think we have heat here until Wednesday of this coming week, I think, guys. Here in Maine, it's been rather hot lately. Stuck in a heat dome, I guess there's a lot of people on the East Coast are experiencing this too. Yeah, it's not usually super hot here, and it's July. We're not in August yet. So anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, and it's the 250th anniversary, so it makes this July 4th incredibly more important. Oh yeah, I just got back from the Young Washington movie, a movie about George Washington when he was a young man. Um, so his first exploits, I should say. Yeah, with the French and Indian War kind of time period when he was a young man. So, yeah, so in 1755. So, yeah, I've heard a lot about his earlier days, but I was kind of impressed with this. I'm not sure how historically accurate this movie is, but it was not draggy, and it's really a great movie. One of the major things that has worked and made this movie is called Angel, and they have a whole streaming service, and supposedly they have you get like free tickets or something to go see this movie if you wanted to. Yeah, I mean it was a great movie. War movie. I'm not sure how historically accurate it is, but not how historically accurate it is in a lot of these things like that. Well, I know that Napoleon movie turned out that a lot of it was not very historically accurate. I'm sure in this it's kind of over dramatized or something, but no, I thought it was cool. I think it was good enough. As, well, probably it shows like that he had quite a strong character even when he was younger. So it's like, well, yeah, he ended up becoming the very first president of the United States. So yeah, no, not for him. I don't think we would. He's one of the major players that allowed us to be able to be free of Great Britain and be able to enjoy the freedoms that we have now. Of course, yes, of course, the current bozo in Washington is, yeah, is not well. Yeah, we don't seem to have a lot of the current political climate is quite terrible in our country. I think it's like just it shows our country, democracy. Well, democracy cannot rest. There always needs to be people that are looking for people that may commit atrocities for themselves and not really care about the ongoing thing. But that's always an ongoing thing. Democracies have to be tested once in a while, and this is kind of how they get tested. So, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I got the American flag out and everything. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to give away the movie, but it was pretty good. Yeah, I still remember it from history class, like when he was younger. And go at the French and their fort and whatnot, and a lot of things. I don't know. It's something to think he's somewhat like Napoleon, maybe, or I should say, someone who learned from his mistakes, which is a unique trait. That was interesting. Well, he was not really officially a British officer. Like, he wasn't being paid as a British officer. He was just kind of a colonial that was just kind of given a commission of a British officer, but he was not technically a British officer. And I think he kind of had a feeling of things to be different. So I guess that would be kind of partial to why our country exists the way it does, because a lot of people thought that things would be to change things and things be different, where there is not this. Yeah. Well, it showed that a lot of stuck up British, a lot of stuck up British commanders who think they're better than everybody else because they're high class or whatever, and that's kind of been diminished in this country, but. Yeah. Well, I think our country will survive after this. I think we've got 2 more years of complete nonsense to get through, but I think we'll get through it, and hopefully democracy is still going to be here. Yeah, I hope that those that, want to kind of kind of ruin everything for us is going to be taken care of probably with 2 years left. Yeah, I'm not going to be political, so. But I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about, so whatever. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of our current president by any stretch of the imagination. So. Yep, Young Washington. I thought it was a pretty good movie. Kind of a war movie. So it was not draggy, like I said. It wasn't draggy. They set it up well. I think it was paced very well. There's a scene where he's a boy riding a horse, and all of a sudden, we look down at the horse jogging, and then all of a sudden we pan up, and he's older. So they did do a little bit of a time skip a little bit, so they didn't really drag it all out. But it was cool to know, about his brother and his family dynamic and stuff. Yeah, the family dynamic and everything that kind of probably set him to be the person that he was. It was really quite interesting. Yeah, I had forgotten that the French had white uniform, the French had white and blue uniforms. Yeah, I didn't know that I don't understand why the British and French had, certain colored uniforms that stick out in the woods, obviously. And that was a talk of a lot of them were saying they'd rather have blues and grays because, a lot of times, back in the day, a lot of a lot of the sharpshooters for the colonies were able to easily take out British soldiers because they could see them from miles away because they had the red, those red and white jackets that people could see from miles around. Well, not only that, the white lines on their shirts usually pointed to key points to severely injure somebody on. So yeah, it's kind of stuck up kind of people. Let me know if that's the British, but a lot of these British were rather stuck up at that era. But yeah. Anyway. Yep, so I hope you guys are going to have a good 4th. Your brother got some fireworks, so maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow night we might be doing something with fireworks, but yeah, nothing super major, but yeah. Well, usually we have fireworks here in town, 20 minutes in town, but it's so freaking hot. Yeah, it's really quite miserable. Well, it's not super miserable. There is a breeze outside, but it still is pretty hot. I've been having the AC up here running, as you see it in the window there. It's been running pretty much all day. So, yeah, the sun is starting to kind of wane and go down, but yeah, I definitely got to see about getting some time off for work. But I don't know if I'll be able to get some time off for work. Well, I've had some time off this week. I had a nice Yeah, I was off on Friday. Just kind of cruising around. It's been kind of nice. Yeah, I guess where I work washing dishes, yeah, it's going to be picking up this coming week. There's going to be a lot of people coming through, so it's going to be rather busy at my work. So this coming week. Oh yes, I did recently put out Mega Man W Part 6. Yeah, I had some of those sound issues again. It is rather annoying because I can hear the game on my end, and I know that I clicked the game sound speaker. I don't know. I've had interesting times with this. I've had this happen to me before. I don't know if it's something where the microphone and the speaker get unsynced or something with the monitor. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't know what it is. But yeah, part of it does no sound, but my talking points are working, but I guess it wasn't picking up the music from the speaker. It could be because I have my AC running full blast and I've got the fan blowing. Maybe there's some interruption or something. I don't know. Anyway, and I had Mega Man W on the same screen as me, so same screen, so it shouldn't be being affected. Well, what I've found is I usually need to keep both the microphone and the game sound on all the time, because if I try to turn one off for too long, something seems to happen or something. Whatever. I should probably play the game and play the game, have some kind of commentary, like, you know, record myself doing the gameplay footage and then just me talking over it would probably be better. Some other way to do it. Plus, I'm using an old capturing, the Logitech capture system, which there is not a new version of it. So, yeah, this software is getting a little bit old here. Oh, yep. Sorry about that. Yeah, I probably got to start figuring out a better system to record stuff. Different ways. I have multiple different ways. I promise, I'm definitely gonna get this figured out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this figured out. You see, my audio coming out of it is from a Bluetooth soundbar, so I don't know. Maybe something's just not getting picked up or something, or yeah, I don't know. The program's just old or something. I don't know. Well, I'm on a Windows 11 computer, and I've had numerous sound issues. I've had times where the soundbar gets unsynced, and I have to really monkey with it to get to sync back up sometimes. So I don't know. I might have neighbors. We are rather close. Well, I'm close to my brother's house, and I have another neighbor on the other side of the house. So not like exactly the other side, but we do have a neighbor on the other side of the house. So other Bluetooth stuff can come in and monkey with this. I had issues with my regular speakers that even plugged in the computer. So I've had this kind of issue. Well, I didn't have this issue before, but I mean, I think there's been some updates on Windows 11. Almost every time there's an update on Windows 11, I usually will have some kind of freak problem or something. But whatever, I'm going to stop complaining about that. Anyway, as I said earlier, I hope you guys have a great 4th, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video then. So please like and subscribe. I think I probably said that already, but let's just do it. Please like and subscribe, and leave any comments or any, or just give explanations what you're doing this 4th of July. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. And maybe some of you do not really celebrate 4th of July because you don't live in the U.S. Well, happy 4th anyway. Yeah. Yeah, happy 4th anyway. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later then. Bye.